Wait a minute, this is Marxism that Obama and these others are talking about.
Chapter 5, you write about Karl Marx, and while many conservatives, of course, are familiar with his goal of trying to usher in a proletariat paradise, you point out it went a lot further, where he was calling for the abolition of the family structure, and said that mothers and fathers were exploiting their children. So quite this guy, Karl Marx.
And Karl Marx, to some extent, gets that from Plato and the Republic. They're all kind of interweaved in their own way, because that's the way totalitarianism is. I mean, yeah, Karl Marx, he creates this two-class straw man dialectic, where the proletariat, the working people, the laborers, are in constant fight throughout history against the landowners, the feudal lords, and later the capitalists. And until the proletariat or the working people literally destroy these other people, we cannot have paradise on earth. We cannot have this workers' paradise, you know, where in the end, this all-powerful state just withers away. Now, what's interesting about that is when Lenin took over Russia, one of the things Lenin said was, okay, now we're in control. The problem is Marx doesn't tell us what to do, because Marx only tells them how to take control and destroy, not how to create. And you listen to this class warfare. This class warfare we hear today is taken right out of the Communist Manifesto. I've talked about this on my program, and when I talked about it 3 years ago, when nobody else was willing to say, wait a minute, this is Marxism that Obama and these others are talking about. At the time I said, you know, calm down, don't get in it, but listen to him today with the class warfare propaganda. One of the things the utopians do in order to push their state of society is they have to attack successful people. They have to attack independent, industrious people. Because if they don't, then it disproves their entire enterprise. In other words, they're trying to say society stinks. You can't succeed in this society. So you cannot point to successful people, independent people, industrious people, because that shows that if you work hard enough, or you think hard enough, or you pursue your interests, you could actually succeed in this society. So their goal, as Obama and others would say, are to fundamentally transform society. Well, why would you want to fundamentally transform a functioning society? In fact, a wonderful society. So they have to emphasize the things that are not working perfectly, or they need to sabotage those who are working well in order to point to utopia, you know, 30, 40, 80, 100 years down the road.
Well, Marx also targeted children, as you point out in Utopians, saying that we have to replace home education with society education, have the state be educating the children. As with class warfare and the left adopting that rhetoric, is the same thing with education today, where the left continually wants ever-growing either Department of Education, children being educated with leftist propaganda from K through 12.
Because Marx wanted control over the minds of the people, as all utopians do. And he wanted a public education system that really didn't educate, but it destroyed all the history that came before, all the traditions and customs of the society that exists, because he said that's all bourgeois, that's all the rich, the landowners. We have to destroy this entire culture and start over. And so he viewed the family structure as part of the problem, and he wanted the children to be, you know, basically the army for change. And so you can't have that if you have a family structure. And all these utopian models, even the model that they're trying to impose on us, which they can't completely explain, but they know they want it, you have to destroy the family because you have to destroy individual sovereignty.